Hey guys, it's Melanie Hines, your fastest Iraqi Nash summary on the net. How are you? Look, I'm going to keep my glasses on today. How are you? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you had a good weekend. We had a big weekend, guys. The Olympics started on Friday, the Winter Olympics. Who's watching it? My husband and I love to watch the athletes perform. We watched the Super Bowl. We stayed away from the halftime show, so I don't have any opinion of those. I shared what my opinion was from a spiritual perspective because I'm the Faith and Financial channel. I shared that on my Zoom only because I talked about the deeper implications of what's really going on. We also talked about this wealth transfer. Of course, I'm the Faith and Financial channel. So we talked about the wealth transfer. We talked about what may or may not be going on behind the scenes with the banking systems. Because, guys, the banking systems are changing, in my opinion, but there's nothing to fear. So I did a Q&A on my Zoom. If you want to become a Zoom member, you just become a member of my channel at the miracle manifestation level because I've been opening it up lately to more Zooms. It's usually supposed to be 2 Zooms a month because I'm $250 an hour. So for $24.99 plus taxes in your area, if you use the cheapest link, if you use a different link, if you use the join button, I think they add a premium to it. I don't know what those rates are. I usually share the cheapest link. If you want the cheapest link, comment down below you want the cheapest link. So you get me for 2 to 5 hours a month. Lately, it's been a lot more because this thing is so close. Last night, I did a post 15 hours ago. Look at my post tab on my channel that says bank screams light up the rates. I said this was a rumor and unconfirmed. I'm going to go there first because I like to go in order of timing. Last night, we got this bank screens light up with rates. IQD at 873 confirmed live on European trading platforms. Again, that's European. This could be rumor. Okay, this is not my articles, which I'm going to get to next. This is a teaser for you. The Vietnam Dong was 512, holding but expected to surge post-announcement. ZIM and other currencies. Final adjustments are in process, which leads us to believe that they all might go at once. That's why I titled this the way I did, because I hold the dinar, the dong, the rupiah, the bolivar, and the ZIM bonds. And I think there's something else in there that I'm not remembering. So if you hold those, comment down below what you hold. Just don't say how much you hold. Just say what you hold. Comment down below because we're all in this together. Amen. And all ships rise with the rising tide. My Zoom did end, so don't go to the live link right now because I forgot to delete it. I'm just letting you know I don't know what this is. This is housekeeping. So listen, these are the articles out of Iraq. Our military were over there. If you saw them in the Super Bowl, that was them in the Super Bowl, the Middle East team. I waved to them. I was so excited to see them during the Super Bowl. They confirmed because they were in my chat this morning. We're going to go quickly. Ambar Criminal Court sentences one of Al Rafidian bank employees to 3 years in prison. Guys, justice is being done in Iraq because they have the most state-of-the-art banking system. You need to believe me in that. That system is being rolled out. We see it everywhere. With £8 million, the EU, the European Union, is supporting the reintegration of communities in Iraq. They're donating money to help reintegrate Iraq. The next article, Iraq, investigations into ISIS members coming from Syria to continue for 4 to 6 months. That was posted last night late after everybody was at dinner. They love to put that out there. Parliament holds its session chaired by Al Halbousi. We went through that article. INSS, that's the Iraqi National Security Services, announces the hanging execution of the man convicted of killing al-Sadr. Guys, they are achieving swift justice in Iraq because they have the data, the financial systems, everything to prove it. These new systems are no joke. Iraq, there was a strategy developed to attract 10 million foreign tourists. They want tourism to boom in Iraq. Then, for their citizens that are of a certain age, the Retirement Authority announces the completion of February salaries and their gradual release. So those are the breaking news stories we covered out of Iraq. Now we're going to go to what everybody else is saying, but I do want to say it's looking like this could potentially come up altogether. There could be more than one currency going at once. Where you decide to do it is up to you. I want to say, if you follow my 3 steps, you can go to do a private exchange all on your own. If you don't think you can do that, then by all means, go to one of the other centers recommended by somebody you trust. Okay, I don't represent the centers, but you will hear the centers referenced in this. Those rates I gave you that are unconfirmed, there were centers associated with those rates. That's just the way this is rolling. I'm the only one who has the 3 steps to a safe exchange because I serve God and his kingdom, and I'm here to help you with that. Now we go to the summary of everybody else. It's 5 minutes in. Jeff, the Sudanese MP resigns from parliament and a replacement is preparing. That sounds bad. He said, it sounds like Sudani is withdrawing from the government. It's actually really good news. Let's get into what it means. You cannot be both an MP and a prime minister at the same time. You can't have dual power and authority. He can't be an MP and a prime minister. He has to give up one. What's he giving up is his parliamentary seat, and he's taking the position of the prime minister premiership. That's really good news. I've been saying this whole time, Sudani's got this and Maliki is out. That's the direction it's heading into. This is very good news, not bad news. That's Jeff's perspective. What do you think? I like Jeff. I think he's a outside the box thinker, and that's what we need. You always need to think outside the box because what's being shown to you is never real. Mark Z, I was sent a bank story. Cannot share some parts, but in a nutshell, they had a conversation at a bank and talked about rates. And this bank was very willing to set up an exchange appointment in 30 days, and they would have access to the funds right away. This fits with other bank conversations I have heard. We are following banks closely right now. Banks are seeing more fluctuation in numbers, more changes in value, and almost all of them are saying a couple more weeks. Guys, what do we care as long as it's this year, in my opinion? Samson, article, International Finance Corporation. Iraq is moving rapidly towards a better economic future. I think this could happen anytime. What do you think? If you think the time is now or any time now, please comment that down below. I want to hear from you. I want to see what the community's saying. Militiaman, they're not softballing it anymore. Highly credible data is out, consistent with the evidence. Iraq's performance since 2022 has been stellar. Gatekeepers have noticed and endorsed it quietly. The Bank of International Settlements nod via the Bank of International Standards alignment is real. Iraq is being prepared for deeper global financial engagement. If you tie everything together, you're going to see that, wow, this is big. The Arab League, AMF, gives regional backing and stability, all part of the quiet, long game. The quiet, to me, has delivered results. Our study has proven time and time again that the gatekeepers are pleased. The next phase is closer than most realize. I love Militiaman. Doesn't that sound good? Frank 26. In his opinion, American soldiers will deliver the lower notes to the banks that have qualified and are working with the United States Treasury and Donald Trump on your monetary reform. Trump is demanding security and stability for this new exchange rate, and we are introducing to Iraq because the CBI is too stubborn to introduce it. That is his opinion. I have a differing opinion. I have the Forex letter. That means Iraq has already done his job. It's been transmitted to Forex in its coordinated political timing, and the media show is not going to tell you when it's going to happen. So that's what my faith tells me. God told me to tell you it was done almost 4 years ago now, but a lot of the prophets have spoke about things that hasn't happened yet. So God's timing is always perfect. Sandy Ingram, I need to talk to you about what's happening in the talks between U.S. and Iran. These talks are being held in Oman. What's so unique about these talks is they're not sitting around a table talking to each other. The tensions are too high for that. What happens is they pass notes or information and the mediator talks privately to that person. They're not sitting around at a table. They call this indirect negotiations. What I'm thinking is going to happen is the U.S. is going to learn the real reason why Iran wants to implement and flex its country and powers into Iraq's government. Once the U.S. understands the real reasons, not what the people are just saying, the U.S. will be better able to help Iraq. What do you think about that? Mountain Goat, it's been a long struggle. Mountain Goat has had several posts lately. Maliki is close to announcing his withdrawal. Expectations are that a new session to elect the president will be held early next week. His sincere belief, not opinion, is that this announcement is what the Kurdistan was waiting for in order to announce their nominee for the presidency. Kurdistan would not have just announced their candidate, Fawad Hussein, if they didn't know Maliki was out. This was the sole reason for the stalling in the election process. It's an interesting, what do you think? In other words, a political maneuver by the Kurds to stall the process in order to take a step back and keep the next step from happening, which would have been Maliki's nomination. What do you think? Comment down below. Jeff, again, he's on here saying it's a very difficult investment to study because there's a lot of unknown information. There's things they're not telling us. They're stalling the formation of the government. Bruce says, I know that you guys have heard certain people talk about banks. Well, if you want to leave billions of dollars on the table, go to a bank. If you want to get the highest rate for your currencies, go to the centers. And that contract rate is available only for the dinar at the redemption center. Mark Z, I am hearing the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong rates will be closer to each other. I hope that is true. That's why I posted that rate thing on my post as my comment. Guys, I'm looking at this. Guys, I don't think Maliki's going to return. What do you think? Comment down below. Do you like these summaries? Please comment down below. I am praying that more than one goes at a time. Why? Because God is all about twofer right now. I got 2 puppies in 1 year. I got 2 horses at one time. Maybe he's going to do the Iraqi dinar and the Vietnam dong together. And if you have my 3 steps, you know how to handle that. And then the others would follow in succession like dominoes. What do you think? God told me 4 waves of wealth transfer. This is my breaking news. Plus the big picture, guys. The banks are changing under your feet here in the U.S. That's why they're negotiating right now to pass the Clarity Act. If you keep an eye on that, my recommendation is Crypty Window O to follow her. There's also a 3 Tree Warrior channel. And I talked about that on my Zoom, guys. I'm in cryptos. I'm in currencies. I'm in a lot of things. I'm also in silver and gold. So what do you hold? Comment down below, but don't say what you can say what you hold, but not how much you hold. Be safe. This is a public platform. I love you all. I will see you next. I'll be live tomorrow morning at 9. Keep pray for my health. I love you. Bye.